Stop everything you're doing right now before YouTube deletes this video. Listen closely. What if I told you that everything you know about death is a lie? Imagine an ancient, hidden text that claims to map out exactly what happens the moment you draw your last breath. A text so profound it doesn't just talk about the afterlife but guides you through it. But there's a twist. Miss one moment in this journey, and you risk eternal entrapment. Today, you're about to unlock the Tibetan Book of the Dead, a sacred guide crafted over 1,000 years ago, written to take us to the edge of existence and back. Watching this could change everything: how you live, how you die, and what you believe about life itself. But know this, once you see this, there's no going back. Are you ready to confront the ultimate truth? Think about this. Despite all our modern technology, despite all our scientific advancements, one question remains as elusive as ever: what happens after we die? The truth is, we're no closer to understanding it than the people of ancient Tibet. And maybe that's why this book still holds such power, why it still captures imaginations across the world. It dares to answer life's biggest question. Over centuries, this text has drawn the interest of monks, mystics, and even scientists. Why? Because it makes a revolutionary claim: consciousness doesn't end when our bodies die. Instead, it goes on a journey through unseen realms, each stage offering profound possibilities for liberation or rebirth. But here's where things get even stranger. These ancient descriptions match up with modern accounts of near-death experiences, NDEs. Could the Tibetan Book of the Dead hold keys to understanding not just the afterlife but the very nature of human consciousness? To answer that, we need to dive deep into its teachings and what they reveal about the journey beyond death. The first Bardo, the moment of death. The Tibetan Book of the Dead describes 3 primary stages, or bardos, that the soul passes through after death. The first Bardo begins the moment your physical body ceases to function. In this phase, your consciousness is thrust into a state of heightened awareness, often accompanied by vivid visions and overwhelming sensations. According to the text, the dying person will encounter a radiant light known as the clear light of reality. This light represents pure consciousness, untainted by the ego or worldly attachments. For those who have prepared spiritually during their lifetime, recognizing and merging with this light offers immediate liberation, an escape from the cycle of birth and death. However, for most individuals, the ego clings tightly to familiar patterns, causing fear and confusion. As a result, they fail to recognize the clear light, which quickly fades, leading them into the second Bardo. This initial stage serves as a critical juncture. It challenges us to ask, how much of our lives are spent cultivating awareness versus reinforcing unconscious habits? If we cannot face the raw truth of our existence now, how can we hope to navigate the ultimate test at the moment of death? The second Bardo, encounters with peaceful and wrathful deities. Once the clear light fades, the soul enters the second Bardo, a realm filled with both peaceful and wrathful deities. These manifestations are not external beings but reflections of the individual's own mind, amplifications of unresolved emotions, desires, and fears. The peaceful deities represent qualities like compassion, wisdom, and love, while the wrathful ones embody anger, envy, and attachment. Together, they form a divine mirror, showing the soul everything that has shaped its earthly existence. Imagine standing before a towering figure with many arms and blazing eyes. This isn't a demon sent to punish you, it's a force designed to confront you with what you've buried within yourself. Can you face these forces without fear? The purpose of these encounters is profound. The second Bardo isn't a test of faith or punishment, it's an invitation to see the raw truth of your own mind. The Tibetan Book of the Dead teaches that these deities are shadows cast by your consciousness, amplifying what lies within you. They show you everything: the attachments, the fears, the hopes that have shaped your life. Psychologists like Carl Jung have drawn striking parallels between these teachings and the nature of the human psyche. Jung saw the gods and demons described in the text as archetypes, universal symbols present in every human mind. From this perspective, the second Bardo becomes a revelation, an unveiling of the self at its most raw and intense. It's a divine mirror showing you what lives within. This is a chance, a powerful opportunity, to confront and transform, to see yourself without filters, to embrace all parts of your mind, But if you fail to recognize this truth, if you retreat in fear, the journey will only grow darker. So ask yourself, are you ready to see your soul laid bare? Can you face the divine mirror and accept everything that appears? Because the next step plunges even deeper, where choices made here will shape the very nature of your existence. The third Bardo, the realm of rebirth. Now imagine you're drifting in a formless sea. The life you knew is gone, yet something pulls you forward, a force as magnetic as gravity, drawing you toward a new reality. You've entered the third Bardo, the final stage in the journey beyond death. In this realm, your every thought, every unresolved emotion, every karmic imprint becomes the guiding force determining your next life. Your consciousness, stripped bare, is now a magnet pulling in the elements that will shape your future existence. The stakes couldn't be higher. Here, the Tibetan Book of the Dead emphasizes the importance of intentionality. Every action, every desire, carries weight. If your mind is clouded by fear, anger, or attachment, you may find yourself drawn into less favorable circumstances. Conversely, clarity and compassion can steer you toward liberation, a way to guide yourself toward a future of wisdom and clarity. This third Bardo reveals the ultimate lesson: the power of your mind to create reality isn't confined to life or death. It's a process happening every second, shaped by every choice you make. As you let these ideas sink in, ask yourself, how much of your current life is shaped by unconscious patterns? How often do you act out of fear or habit rather than intention? The Bardo of Rebirth reminds us that ultimately, every moment is a chance to influence the destiny of our souls. And here's the burning question: if you could prepare for this journey now, would you? Would you live differently, knowing that your thoughts and actions today shape your tomorrow, not just in this life but in the next? A wake-up call for the living. The Tibetan Book of the Dead isn't just a guide for the dying, it's a wake-up call for the living. Its teachings challenge us to confront our mortality not with fear but with courage and curiosity. By embracing practices like meditation, mindfulness, and self-reflection, we can begin to dismantle the barriers that keep us trapped in cycles of suffering. This preparation doesn't just benefit us in death, it transforms how we live. Imagine approaching each day as if it were your last, with the awareness that every moment holds infinite potential. So why wait? Start today. Embrace these practices and let them transform not just your end but every single moment leading up to it. The ultimate question remains: how will you prepare for this journey, and how will it change the way you live your life right now? Tell me in the comments below. Guidance through the unknown. Imagine this: you're lying on your deathbed, surrounded by loved ones. But instead of silence or vague reassurances, a sacred voice begins to guide you, whispering the secrets of a journey no one else can see. These aren't just words, they're a powerful map through the unknown. The role of the guide in this process is crucial. Think of them as a trusted navigator, helping you steer through uncharted waters. A guide well-versed in the teachings of the bardos becomes an anchor, reminding you of the wisdom you cultivated in life. They're there to ground you in the midst of overwhelming visions, gently redirecting your focus when fear threatens to take over. But what if you don't have access to such a guide? The Tibetan Book of the Dead suggests that preparation is key. By internalizing its teachings during life, you become your own guide. Each practice, whether it's meditation, prayer, or simply cultivating awareness, prepares you to face the bardos with clarity and courage. This teaching suggests that death isn't just an ending, it's an unparalleled chance for enlightenment. And what about the role of the guide in all this? Think of them as a trusted navigator, helping you steer through uncharted waters. Living with purpose and passion. As you contemplate these teachings, a final question arises: how can you take this ancient wisdom and apply it to every decision, every interaction, every breath? How might your life transform if you saw every day as an opportunity for awakening, a chance to live as if this were your last day on earth? Get ready, because we're about to explore how this timeless wisdom can become your ultimate guide, not just to dying but to living with a passion and purpose that defies all fear. Imagine for a moment that an ancient Tibetan text, over 1,000 years old, holds the secret to navigating not just the mysteries of death but the complexities of life itself. What if science and spirituality weren't adversaries but allies, working together to illuminate the deepest truths about human existence? Consider this profound revelation: death, far from being the end, is our greatest teacher in the art of living. As we've journeyed through the wisdom of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, we've uncovered timeless truths that transcend cultural and religious boundaries. This ancient text challenges us to confront our own mortality, not with fear but with courage and curiosity. Imagine approaching each day as if it were your last, with the awareness that every moment holds infinite potential. The Tibetan Book of the Dead invites us to live fully, intentionally, and authentically, knowing that the choices we make today ripple outward, shaping not only our present lives but our eternal destinies. So, as you absorb these teachings, ask yourself, how will you choose to live? How will you prepare for the inevitable transition ahead? And most importantly, how will you honor the gift of consciousness that connects us all? The answers lie within you. Take them to heart, and let them guide you toward a life of meaning, purpose, and boundless possibility. If you're still reading, thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider subscribing. Your support is truly appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.